Today we got two massive monsters, two mighty powerhouses going head to head. Cull Obsidian versus Juggernaut. Who comes out on top? Let's find out.
Eyes up. Stay sharp. Stay down. Final warning. I could do this all day.
Cull Obsidian is physically the most powerful of Thanos' children, was a member of the Black Order. He joined his adopted father Thanos in his quest to obtain all the Infinity Stones, traveling to New York City with Ebony Maw, and leading the attack against Wakanda alongside Proxima Midnight. As a result of his massive size, Cull Obsidian possesses an incredible level of superhuman strength, possibly even on Hulk's level, seeing as how he wanted to step in for Thanos during his fight with the Hulk. He's able to fight against Iron Man and Spider-Man simultaneously, easily throw on the cars, and even fight against actually overpower the Hulkbuster, a weapon designed to be able to defeat a rampaging Hulk. In fact, Cull Obsidian is so strong that he's able to easily rip off Hulkbuster's arm. He's also remarkably durable, being able to take punches from Iron Man, hits from the Hulkbuster, missiles, repulsor blast, and Black Panther's full kinetic energy blast, all with absolutely no sign of harm. Also unfazed by tons of knife stabs from Drax the Destroyer, he even took a direct blow from Mjolnir. Despite his ferociousness and recklessness, Cull Obsidian is actually a highly formidable and accomplished fighter. He's very skilled at using his chain hammer, using it to effectively battle against Iron Man and kill many Wakandan soldiers during the Battle of Wakanda. His hammer also has a claw-like function to grab opponents. It can transform into a shield, and is also capable of turning into a hooked blade that he used to cut out the Hulkbuster's arm. So, as we got in one corner, the mighty Cull Obsidian. But, entering the ring, in the corner, Deadpool 2, the unstoppable Juggernaut. Cain Marko, more famously known as the Juggernaut, is a mutant who has both superhuman strength and durability. He's ridiculously strong. He's actually one of the physically strongest mutants in any X-Men movie, being stronger than Colossus, and odds are he's stronger than Apocalypse as well. Juggernaut is strong enough to literally rip Deadpool in half with essentially no effort. It was later on able to absolutely dominate Domino, Cable, and Deadpool all at once. He held the clear advantage over Colossus for the majority of their fight. It is strong enough to lift and throw a very large school bus through the air, and most impressively, he was able to knock over an armored vehicle and destroy a bridge with a simple punch. Juggernaut's skin, muscles, and bones are much more dense and tough than a normal human being, greatly attributing to Juggernaut's overwhelming size and weight, and also making him extremely difficult to wound. He was shot multiple times by high-caliber bullets and came out completely unharmed, and when Colossus punched him, he wasn't really visibly effective. Juggernaut is also an extremely skilled fighter. He was able to maintain the lead for most of his fight against Colossus and absolutely overwhelm Deadpool, Domino, and Cable. Although that is more likely attributed to his overwhelming power rather than skill. Juggernaut also wears a helmet in order to protect himself from telepathic assault, and despite being a criminal, he actually seems to have some sense of honor, helping Fire Fist in exchange for freeing him and treating him as a business partner, if not a friend. So who wins? Well, let's break it down. Now these right here are two powerful bricks and massive bruisers that I think too often go overlooked when we talk about live-action heavy hitters. I mean, Juggernaut has some impressively strong feats, and Cull Obsidian was pressuring an Iron Man who later fought against Thanos. Neither of these guys are to be trifled with. But who comes out on top? Well, that's what we're going to find out. And since this is a big battle between two strong guys, it all comes down to physicality. I mean, this fight could ultimately just come down to trading punches knock'em sock'em robot style. So whoever is stronger and more durable is obviously going to have a huge advantage here in this fight. And also, just prepare yourself, there could potentially be a lot of scaling in this video, especially considering that neither one of these two have appeared a whole lot. So Juggernaut is able to easily overpower normal people and actually legitimately rip them apart. That's nothing that Cull Obsidian can't do as well. But Juggernaut was also able to overpower Colossus throughout the majority of their fight. Most impressively, He's able to flip over an armored transport vehicle and destroy a bridge while at it. Or just a punch. That is insanely impressive, and definitely the best strength feat out of either one of these two. I mean, the armored vehicle alone had 4 cars, probably weighed multiple tons, and the bridge was 7 lanes across. Yet Juggernaut was able to shatter all of it with just 1 punch. Insanely impressive. On the other hand, Cull has been able to routinely overpower Iron Man, even in his bleeding edge armor. He sent Iron Man literally flying a block over and through buildings with 1 hit from his weapon, and this is the same Iron Man that made Thanos bleed, and actually did more damage to Thanos than even Hulk did. Cull was also able to battle against both Iron Man and Spider-Man at the same time, and still managed to hold his own, and showed they could overpower both of them. Then there was his fight against Hulkbuster. Actually, 2 ways to look at it. One way is that Bruce Banner was operating the Hulkbuster suit. Clearly isn't very skilled with using it, and this is why Cull was able to battle against Hulkbuster, simply because of Bruce's lack of experience. On the other hand, you can look at it as this suit was designed to battle against the Hulk. And regardless of who's operating it, the suit itself is built to be strong enough to injure the Hulk and durable enough to take attacks from the Hulk. The same Hulk who one-shotted a Leviathan, which is much more impressive than Juggernaut destroying a bridge. And yet, in his fight against Hulkbuster, Cull Obsidian was able to catch Hulkbuster's arm, send Hulkbuster flying backwards with a punch, and even rip off Hulkbuster's arm. I personally lean more towards this viewpoint, seeing as how Hulkbuster was designed to battle against the Hulk, regardless of who was piloting it. Yes, Cull was able to battle so easily against Hulkbuster, mostly because of Bruce's inexperience, but stopping an overhand attack from Hulkbuster, well, that's just pure strength right there. And I've seen some people try and trash on Cull Obsidian and undersell him because of the fact that Spider-Man was able to stop Cull's attacks on several occasions. Well, I don't really think this is a low showing for Cull, just people underselling Peter. I mean, Peter's also staggered Giant Man and Thanos with his hacks. Don't really see being able to pull back one of Cull's arms as that ridiculous or out of character. Then we need to talk about durability. And honestly, both of these guys kinda have iffy durability at best. Juggernaut has more straight down the middle durability, while Cull has the higher durability showings and the lower. With Juggernaut, he wasn't phased by pretty much any of the straightforward attacks that Colossus threw his way. But as soon as Colossus began fighting dirty, well, that's when Juggernaut began to be injured. He was able to defeat him when Colossus stuck a live wire up his ass. Negasonic then hit him with an explosion, and he fell into some water. But even then, Juggernaut wasn't actually killed, as you can see at the end of the movie, where Juggernaut is pulling himself up out of the water. On the other hand, Cull Obsidian has officially been killed on 2 separate occasions. Once when Bruce attached the Hulkbuster's severed arm to him, sending him flying to the Wakanda force field, and ultimately killing him when that mechanical arm exploded. And another time, he was battling against Iron Man and Spider-Man, and Giant Man killed him by stepping on him, seemingly by accident. He also lost his left forearm when Wong closed a portal around him, and even Black Panther's full charge connect blast seemingly knocked him out. Like I said, he's got the lower showings. However, he's also got the higher showings. Because you see, with Juggernaut, the only thing that we can really compare with him is his fight against Colossus. On the other hand, Cull was taking punches to the face from both Iron Man and Hulkbuster, who are both definitely stronger than Colossus. He took a repulsor blast from Iron Man. He even took a hammer throw from worthy Captain America with Mjolnir. Ultimately, I think if you scale Cull Obsidian off of other characters in the MCU, he's the stronger and more durable one here. But looking at solely what they've done, Juggernaut might actually be more superior. But here's the thing, Juggernaut is just going to be forced to fight hand to hand, possibly making makeshift weapons of anything they can find on hand. But Cull Obsidian has got his Warhammer. This is a seriously powerful weapon. For starters, you should knock around Iron Man or send Vision flying backwards. He's able to throw it while attached to a chain, and to send Iron Man flying several streets over and through a building. And is even able to transform into a grappling hook or even a shield in order to block any incoming attacks. He's also proven that he is quite skilled with it. And really is a skilled fighter all around. He was able to tag War Machine out of the air from a considerable distance away, and was able to rip off the Hulkbuster's arm, showing some real skill while doing it. And really, Cull Obsidian is all around a better fighter. Seeing as he was able to fight against both Iron Man and Spider-Man at the same time, not only hold his own, but seemingly overpower them. So, end of the day, who wins? Well, Juggernaut is clearly very strong and fairly durable too. But if you're using Cull Obsidian at his very best, well, you could say he's both stronger and more durable. At the very least, these two are on the same level. But I think it really comes down to Cull Obsidian being the better fighter, having a weapon that can end your Juggernaut. Kane really has no clear counter for that. They will allow Cull to easily overpower him and fight against him both close up and from a range. It would be a ridiculously fun fight to watch. But ultimately, Cull Obsidian is coming out on top here. Cull Obsidian wins. But what do y'all think? I would love to hear your thoughts. Sound off in the comments down below. Also, be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, join the FanCo army, and I will see you next time.